Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. So today is Wednesday. It's Wednesday, y'all. Okay, praise the Lord. And it's 7:38. The kids are back. We are home a little bit early tonight. We are having a really bad storm in our area, in the Tri-County area, like 3 counties on the other side of us and 3 in the other county on the other side of us. Is having a really bad storm. So the kids and I did not stay for Mama's Taekwondo class. The kids did their class and I worked out, but we were under tornado watch until about 8 o'clock. And so I told our master, I said, you know, we need to get on home because I don't want to be out there driving in this weather. And it was pretty calm until we hit the town where we live, and it was crazy. I mean, we drove right in. We had to run out the car, the lightning, and so I'm glad we did not stay. So I'm gonna cook something, and I thought you'd like to come along. So I'm gonna put you down counter level and tell you what I'm doing. Carefully, I'm doing a less than 30-minute meal. So earlier today, I was watching a channel, and it was She's in Her Apron. And I just so happened to see her make her Pesto Ranch Chicken. Of course, she did hers in the crock pot. And then I saw Shelly from Shelly's Home Life. She did hers in the crock pot. But I do not have time for any of that. So I have my fry pan on, the one I really love. And then over here, I'm going to do my Pesto Ranch Chicken with some pasta. And I'm going to be using this Barilla Pipettes pasta. These are really small little... They're not quite elbow size, but they look like elbows broken in half or chopped in half or something. So I'm going to be doing these, and then I'm going to do the Pesto Ranch Chicken to go on top of it. So last week when I was shopping at just regular Harris Teeter and using coupons, they had these Purdue shortcuts, and they were buy one get one free for $4.39, so like $2.20. And then there was a 75-cent off coupon that doubled to $1.50. So I paid like 70 cents a bag for each of these. So there are 9 ounces in here. And 9 ounces in here. So I'm going to do 2 bags. They are frozen. So I've got my pan on. And I'm just going to add all of my ingredients. And hopefully this will cook extremely quickly. So this is the honey roasted chicken shortcuts. They're just chicken strips. So I'm doing 2 bags of those. It's not a lot of chicken. I probably could do 3 bags. Okay. So that's 27 ounces. Because I'm going to do 3 bags of the chicken. I probably like to put, if I were doing this in the crock pot, I'd put some onions and peppers and all kinds of stuff in there, but since I'm doing this relatively quickly, I don't have time for any of that because I'm not sure how long this storm is going to last, and I would really like to be done cooking. So then I got some of this Barilla pesto. This was on sale 2 for $5, so $2.50 a piece, and I had a $1 off coupon that doubled at Super Doubles, so I paid 50 cents for this jar. This is 6.3 ounces, and so I'm just going to use this entire jar. And I love pesto sauce. I mean, I really do love pesto. I'm just going to take, it smells so fragrant, and, you know, you've got all of the yumminess. Oh my word, it does smell just delicious. So I'm just actually putting all of this in. I can't remember right off the top of my head how many ounces of chicken she cooked. But she did boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I think she did 8 of them. And then Shelly did about 5 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. So I'm going to give this my best guesstimate. At worst case scenario, it'll just be really flavorful. But I think because I'm using the pasta, it'll mellow out. So that's 6.3 ounces of the pesto. And then the last thing she used was a package of the Hidden Valley Ranch. And so I'm just going to open this, and then I'm just going to pour this over. Now, of course, if you're doing this in the crock pot, it'll, you know, cook just for 6 to 8 hours on low, or, you know, depending on if your chicken is frozen or whatever. And then a half a cup. They used a half a cup of chicken stock. I'm just using water. So I'm going to turn my heat back up on this. And I'm going to massage it in a little bit and just help break up this chicken. In the meantime, I do have my pasta water is boiling. And remember, this chicken is already fully cooked, so it's just a matter of it defrosting. And so I've got the not quite high heat, because I do want to bring this to a boil, just not a boil, but I do want it to simmer pretty quickly so I can break up pieces of this chicken. And then I'll cut the heat back and let it just kind of simmer out for a little bit. Then I'll put my pasta in. So my chicken is already breaking up. I got this on a semi-medium high heat, and I'm really just trying to break up these pieces, because once I do that, it can just simmer while I work on my pasta. Then of course, from being frozen, it will get a little bit of extra liquid once it thaws. And these Purdue shortcuts were already fully cooked, because they're the chicken breast strips. So they were already fully cooked. These were the honey roasted, and then I had, I think all those packs were honey roasted, but we had rotisserie. I've even gotten them buffalo wing style. So I'm really just moving everything around. I'm not adding anything else in here to this. So I'm just working to break my chicken up. Probably can even cut it in even smaller chunks than what it's already in. Now I just have a little bit of a, just a butter knife. Just simply holding it. I don't want to damage my pan. So I'm actually just breaking it apart. Because as it warms through, it does break apart. And I'm going to turn this up just a smidge so that it can begin to work all those flavors in. And again, if you cook this in your crock pot, it's going to, you know, all those flavors are going to marry nicely. But of course, that's if you have enough time. And I actually meant to put this on in my crock pot on high for 3 hours before I left for Taekwondo, or before I left for the gym. And I got involved in a video conference after work that just ran it ran longer than I thought. We had only scheduled it for an hour, but it took some of us over 30 minutes just to get on. And so when I got home, I knew we were late, and I was trying to get the kids to their classes and also trying not to miss my class at the gym. And I forgot to put it on. So had I put this on in my crock pot, it definitely would have cooked for the 3 hours it needed to cook, and it would have been just fine in the crock pot because I would have put it on high. And it would have cooked. The kids, by the time we got home, everybody got their showers and everything. We would have really been ready to eat. But this is going to work out just fine as well, just on the stove, because my chicken is done. So if you're going to do this, make sure that you use, if you're going to do it in a pan, make sure you use either chicken that is already done, or I can actually see you doing this in the oven. So if you want to just put all the ingredients in the oven, I would slice up some onion, and I would lay that on top of everything, and I would put it in the oven for like 350 degrees and just let everything meld together. Now, if you put it in the oven, go ahead and mix up your sauces, your Hidden Valley Ranch, your pesto, and your water, or your chicken broth stock if you use that. Mix it all together and then spread it out. And then also go ahead and put your onions. If you're going to use carrots, I would put the carrots under the bottom of the chicken, then the onions, and then the sauce on top. And then that way you build in those flavors. Always use root vegetables because they're going to so stretch out your meal. Will somebody check and see if I have any broccoli? Because I think I might have some broccoli. So I'm letting that hang out for just a little bit. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put my pasta in. I'm going to measure out 2 cups of this Barilla pasta. Now this was $1.67. I had a 75 cents off coupon that doubled to $1.50. So I paid about 17 cents for this box of pasta. Thank you, Jack. And if you'll find the black microwave dish. So I'm going to do about 2 cups of this pasta in here. Serving size is about 2 ounces. And I have not put this into my recipe builder, but I will put this into my recipe builder and see how many points this meal is going to be. So it says it's going to cook for about 8 to 9 minutes. So I just put 2 cups of pasta in there. I got the chicken going, and it's really coming up to a good boil now. Not boil, but you know, where you can tell that it's working. And I wanted it to get hot because I really do want to get the chicken so that it's not frozen. So once this, you know, starts to work there, it won't be frozen anymore. Gonna add in a thing of steam fresh bird's eye broccoli. Broccoli is 0 smart points, so I'm simply putting that in I have a microwave dish that I use quite often. So I'm going to put a little bit of water in this. That's probably about a 1/4 cup of water, 1 package of the broccoli. This is going in the microwave for 5 minutes. Now, had I more time, I would definitely have sauteed up some onions and some peppers. Probably use some fresh garlic, but there's garlic in that pesto, so it really doesn't need any more garlic than what's already in there. And so now this is cooking really well. And if I wanted to, I can just take my fork here or my spatula and just chop up some of the longer chicken strips into smaller pieces, so they're actually really, really bite-sized. And we're going to stretch it as far as we can. There may even be enough for lunches tomorrow, or for me to take to lunch. I don't know. So I just, some of those larger chunk pieces, if you just cut them up, because you're going to have so much going on. And if you're one of those parents like me who have always had to stretch my meals, that's when your root vegetables become very important. Because see, you can get a big thing of onions for $1.27 at the grocery store, and if you put 1 onion in everything you cook, you know, dice it up real good, saute it out real fast, you know, that's going to help stretch it. And then I can usually get carrots. If I get the small little bite-sized carrots, I can get those 2 for something, or buy 1 get 1 free, and then I can throw in some carrots, and so that's going to help stretch out without packing on pounds or calories. Those are ways that you can stretch your meal. Potatoes will also do the same thing, but just be careful. You know, there sometimes there's, you know, that white potato is not the most healthy option. So I'm trying to stay away from too many carbs lately, but I do use what I have in the house. So I'm not doing everything just totally no carbs, because I have pasta in the house. The kids enjoy pasta, and so I'm okay with them having it if that's what they enjoy, in moderation, even as I try to work on my weight and as I'm on this weight loss journey. So I'm going to test my pasta. Now that still needs to cook a little more. I'm going to turn that up just a smidge, because I turned it down while I was waiting for my chicken. But I haven't quite been cooking 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes. But we're going to be eating here in the next 5 minutes for sure. So I did this meal in what would be considered less than 30 minutes. So I would throw this meal, if I were doing a meal plan, I would throw this meal under my 30-minute meals. Okay, what I've done is my broccoli went ahead and dinged, so I went ahead and got that out. Then I pulled my pasta inside of the broccoli, because there's a strainer top that goes with this, so I just strained everything out together. So there's my pasta, and my broccoli is underneath. So the broccoli is underneath there. And then all I'm going to do now is just toss the pasta and the broccoli into the chicken. And then I'm just going to toss. So I'm actually turning that off, because the chicken is done. It's cooked together. Now it smells amazing in this house. That's all I'm saying. You're going to have to take my word for it. But it smells so good. And Jackson, if you'll hand me some cheese. Wash your hands and hand me the cheese. Oh my word, this looks so good. So here's what I was thinking, right? Say you don't have the shortcuts. You don't have the chicken because, hey, maybe you didn't get the coupon deal or whatever. But if you have canned chicken breast, this will work as well. Just drain your chicken breast. Or you can use the juice from this chicken to work as your chicken broth. Just add a little water. And if I were doing this, because this is 13 ounces, so I would maybe do 2 big cans of this. And this should already be chopped up pretty fine, but you can chop this up again. So if you don't have a lot of time and you're trying to find a quick meal to put together, this pesto, the ranch dressing packet, And if you want to do a broccoli or veggie, you're more than welcome to do so. So I've got a 1-pot meal here. We're all done. I'm going to plate this up so that you can see. Well, let me grab my. I'm going to do a 1/2 cup. See how that looks? Just doing a 1/2 cup. And I have not measured. It's a 1/2 cup. Maybe I'll do a whole cup. And I'll count whatever the points are for a whole cup. Because there's some veggies in there, right? And a whole cup looks up to be a bit much. So it may be that we do a 3/4 of a cup might work better. So this is what it looks like. But I'm going to just jack it up a little bit. This is the Sargento Ultra Thin Provolone cheese and 3 slices of this. You can have 3 slices of this for 5 smart points. So I'm actually just going to take 1 slice and lay it on top. And that heat is going to start to melt that cheese. And I'm going to put some on just for the kids. Now, if I were putting this in Recipe Builder, I would put this in for 6 people. And the reason I would put it in for 6 people is because we're going to eat off of it tonight, and I think there's going to be enough to have lunch. So that would give us 6 meals. Although we're just 3 people, we're only, because I think 3/4 of a cup is going to be a serving. And I probably should have did the broccoli on the side. That way you could have had just 3/4 a cup of the pasta and the meat, and then you could have counted your broccoli separate. So anyway, this is what it looks like. It's all done. I'm going to just sit down with the kids. We're going to dig in. And prayerfully, this storm is going to go by us, and we're just going to chill for the rest of the night. So thank you so much for stopping by our channel. If you have any questions about this recipe, leave us a comment below. Remember to like, to subscribe to our channel. If you are new here, hit the bell so you never miss a notification. And if you know somebody looking for quick meals, why don't you share our video? So until next time we cook,